I will explain the first of Newton's 3 laws, using the sport of tennis as an example, and specifically this tennis ball. Newton's first law states that an object in motion tends to stay in motion, and an object at rest tends to stay at rest unless acted on by an outside force. Explaining the first part of that, this tennis ball will stay in motion unless an outside force, such as the wall, acts upon it and stops it. And the second part says that an object at rest tends to stay at rest. The tennis ball will stay at rest unless an outside force acts upon it.
Newton's second law states that an unbalanced force causes an object to accelerate, but the force and acceleration must be in the same direction. So if I were a professional tennis player, I would use my tennis racket and my tennis ball. And once I would throw it up in the air and hit my ball, the amount of force that I apply to the ball will then cause the ball to accelerate. And that the amount of force that I apply on the ball determines how far the ball would go. So if I were to hit it with less force, it would go to a less distance, and if I were to hit it with a greater force, it would go to a greater distance.
I'm going to be explaining Newton's third law, which states every force has an equal but opposite force. Let's go to our example. For example, we have this racket and the fence. The fence puts a normal force on it, which tends to go that way, but gravity is pushing it down. Without the fence, the racket would just fall straight to the ground. But without gravity, the racket would just float. It wouldn't be how it is. And the force that gravity is putting on it is the same force that the fence is putting on it.